for the climate that we're in right now. So I am excited to talk to a beautiful lady. Three beautiful ladies I got. It's like Woman Crush Wednesday vibes all over the place tonight. My goodness, it is. I hear the voices, so I'm gonna start off with Miss Shannon Ridgway. Shannon, how are you? You are the well, oh my gosh, you got a lot of cool positions here. Yes, you are over at the our Roosevelt Collection shops. Y'all know y'all been there before on Roosevelt over right. Is it Delano? Can I say? Is that the right way to say the street, Delano?
Yeah, it's on Delano Court. So we're at 150 West Roosevelt. We're right between Clark Street and Canal Street.
Yes, Shannon, how are you this evening, beauty?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I am excited to talk to you because, besides that place taking lots of my check, I love going over there. No, Roosevelt Collection Shops is one of the best places to shop here in the city. So I'm excited to have you on the line to talk about some great things happening in the city here this weekend. And also on the line, we're going to take it to Englewood. I have the beautiful Michelle Rashad, the Executive Director of Imagine Englewood on the line. How are you, Michelle?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you all?
You know what? Can't complain. It's Wednesday. Like I said, I finally remember what day of the week it is.
Right.
So I'm proud of that. Right.
And now another episode.
Oh my gosh! So that's
Sam?
not what we're supposed to hear right now. Okay, I'm not mad. I was mad earlier. Yeah, but we got to watch out with it because there's a lot of stuff coming through with the sound system over here. But we're just gonna keep it rolling. We have another beautiful lady on the line with me, and this is Miss Holly Cease, and you're the communications and marketing lead. Is it Vitalant? Is that
Vitalant?
Vitalant, girl. I almost. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Pleased to be on tonight.
Yes, well, thank you so much, ladies, for calling me Vitalant. It's Vitalant, right? So I'll make sure I got that right.
It is.
And you all are one of the largest, is it blood banks in Illinois or the country?
It's one of the largest blood banks in the nation, actually. We are a nationwide blood bank, and we have 17 locations here in Chicagoland.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. So this is what's happening this weekend. So we're combining things that people are in need of, and we're doing a food drive and a blood drive, as well as some COVID testing this weekend. So I'm going to start with you, Shannon, to kind of talk about what's going on over at your area, because you manage Roosevelt Collection. So just tell us what's going on and how we can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So this weekend, so Saturday, July 11th from 11 to 2, we're going to host a food drive and also a dry goods drive for Englewood Community Strong program, which is coordinated by Imagine Englewood IF. Mm-hmm. So this is a nonprofit organization that offers year-round enrichment programming. So a lot of youth and teen programming and also health and wellness programming. So as you probably know, and I think Samantha, you were talking about this a little bit earlier in the program, in the greater Englewood community, there has been a lot of grocery stores that have been closed, convenience stores that have been closed, and really people just have no access to get just everyday needs, which is really disappointing. So we want to make sure that we're out there to help the community. So this weekend, we're inviting folks to bring, non-perishable food, cases of water, cleaning products, so anything from wipes and disinfectant to household cleaning products, laundry detergent.
Wow.
PPE, obviously, is very important right now, so masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, personal hygiene products, so just simple things like soap, deodorant, Kleenex, things that I think some of us take for granted. These people are, in really dire need of. So that's what we're asking for this weekend.
So let me ask, Shannon, when are you stopping accepting donations, and what time can we bring things, and when is the cutoff?
So it will be Saturday. It will start at 11 a.m. and it will go to 2 p.m. And the actual space address, which is within Roosevelt Collection, it's located right next to Ulta Beauty. Mm-hmm. It's 1023 South Delano Court. And folks can really just pull up and drop off their donations if they want to, hang out, maybe do some shopping, grab a bite to eat. We do offer 2 hours free parking in our parking garage.
Girl, I know, because I done been there several times. And I'm like, y'all can get the validation for parking, because I'm like, Ulta right by Old Navy. Yeah, I know exactly. I know the whole landscape. Right down from Furniture. Yeah, I know the whole landscape over there.
Exactly. Exactly.
So people can bring donations the day of, or would you prefer they bring them before?
The day of would be preferred. So we'll have staff on site, and we'll also have volunteers on site. to be collecting, that day.
Okay.
During those times. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk about also too because and Michelle, I have like a great question to ask you, but I want to talk about with you, Holly, first, and I want to get to Michelle. Holly, with the blood drive, because we're mixing this with food and everything and PPE and also like personal like items which we know people are in need of. Why the blood drive right now, and why do you think it's so imperative for us?
Well, that's simple. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't change because COVID-19 is going on. It doesn't go away because it's summer. People have cancer. They still need treatments. People still get hurt in car accidents or other traumas. Every 2 seconds, someone needs blood. So it's just like food and all the other things that you'll be collecting the week before. Mm-hmm. Except this helps keep somebody alive right away.
I love that. I love it. And it's very important. And, like a lot of people now are even scared to do like blood drives because of COVID. What do you have to tell them to ease their fears, and to come out and donate?
Oh, we can tell them all sorts of great things. So we're taking this very seriously. I mean, as a blood bank, safety of the donor, safety of our staff is always number one. Mm-hmm. And with COVID, we just had to, I'll say, put that on steroids a little bit. So it's everybody wears a mask. Donors wear masks. Our staff wears masks. We take social distancing very seriously, 6 feet apart for the donors. Obviously, our staff has to get a little bit closer because they have to draw your blood.
Right.
But that's for, limited periods of time. And we're washing down, we're wiping down everything with antiseptic between donors, everything they might touch from a computer screen doing a questionnaire to the beds that they'll be sitting on. So we worry about all those things. We're taking all of that into consideration. Mm-hmm. And it's really important. And I'd really like to say thank you to Shannon and the folks at Roosevelt Collection for having this blood drive.
Yes.
We are in dire need of finding places that will allow us to hold a blood drive right now.
Really, Holly, is getting that rough, huh? To just even find the locations to do it.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick stat. I looked at our list for the week, and we have about 4 blood drives, mobile blood drives, on our calendar for the week.
Wow.
Now, we normally have up to 5 a day.
A day?
Mm-hmm. A day.
Wow. Now you're down to a week of what you're doing a day.
Yeah, and this is a big week compared to last week. The holiday week, we had all of one.
My goodness. And why do you think that it's just that, are people scared or just, not having the locations to do it because of COVID?
There's a lot of really very valid reasons. A lot of businesses that we normally go to just simply aren't in their buildings at all. They've got everybody working from home. Mm-hmm. So that's perfectly understandable. We have a lot of city buildings that haven't reopened yet after COVID. We've got a bunch of townships that have started to open up some of their buildings, so we've been able to get in there. So it's been a real hard fought thing to try to find the right businesses, churches that are willing to let us come in and just use basically a big room to hold this blood drive. So, like I said, hats off to the folks at Roosevelt.
And well, I want to give a hats off to you ladies too as well for coming together in a climate that we know is not very friendly right now. And we are no stranger to what's going on across the United States and especially even here in Chicago. And I just want to start that, and this is where I want to bring you in, Michelle, because we're no strangers, and I have family in Englewood, and we know what's going on, and I'm grateful that Englewood has joined in with this initiative. And how honored are you to have partnered with Roosevelt Collections? Because I just wanted to, we're being very honest, ladies, this evening. I love to see different races coming together doing things because I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it, honestly real. So, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm definitely just wowed, really. I think we all were
we're fantasizing about going to the movies and, doing certain things. And the Roosevelt Collection is just somewhere where I often went, like you said, Samantha, to go shopping,
yes.
And enjoying food and movies. And so when I heard that they, wanted to partner with us and support what we were doing in Englewood, it felt really good. Because as you mentioned, you have roots in Englewood,
yes.
and the neighborhood has seen decades of disinvestment.
Yep.
And it's important for Englewood to receive the love that it's receiving now. I, to some extent, think that it's overdue after just decades of being in areas where there's food deserts and back-to-back school closures and pharmacy deserts and just a plethora of health issues that affect our people. And so it feels really good to receive support from other parts of Chicago.
And I like that, that we're able to be honest about these kinds of things, Michelle, Holly, and Shannon. And I would like to ask you, ladies, and Shannon, do you feel like that that is overdue for communities of Englewoods, of the Englewoods, of the Auburn Greshams to be receiving this kind of recognition? And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I do think that, and I think at Roosevelt Collection, I mean, we really strive to do everything that we can to reach out not only to the Southwood community but the greater Chicago area, and we see a lot of customers for the West Side and the South Side, and these folks come and visit us, and they do spend money, and they eat, and they go see movies, and we want to make sure that we're giving back. So
right.
I think it is long overdue, absolutely, and I'm glad that we're in a place that we can come together as a team with these different organizations and really give back to the community in a positive way.
Yeah, I will say this about Roosevelt Collection too, and Holly, this is a great spot for what you all are doing with the blood drive. Central in the community, in the Chicago area, perfect place to spend your money too, because it's like seriously right in the middle of Chicago. So you're by the west side, over east if you are north side and south side. So I do think that Roosevelt Collection, I will attest to that it is it's inclusive. I've never felt a way, being there. And this is just, it makes me look at it a little bit more better than I did anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I'm very honored to know that this is happening here. So with Imagine Englewood, Michelle, tell us kind of what challenges you all have been having that you hope to kind of, get past in these next what's been going on.
Yeah, so Imagine Englewood is how I describe it. We are a nonprofit that joins the support system of Englewood families. What we do is we offer year-round enrichment programming for youth ages 6 to 18. We host health and wellness events and vacant lots. We offer gardening skill classes, healthy food demonstrations, various volunteer projects, and we organize the largest community cleanup on the south side of Chicago called Greater Englewood Unity Day. And obviously, with the pandemic, upon us, we had to really stop programming. We had to stop serving our youth, and we had to get really innovative about our different programming. So instead of having our usual Imagination Explorers, which is our after-school program, we launched something called the Imagination Boxes, where we literally put our programming into boxes and delivered them to our families while still checking on them to make sure they didn't need anything, and if they did, in terms of groceries or essential items, hygiene items, we would provide them for them. But after the looting that happened on May 31st, and we woke up June 1st, and there was literally no grocery stores. Girl. We already, like as you said earlier in the show, there's already a lack of.
Yeah.
And so to wake up and it's literally you can't get a cold beverage. Mothers have nowhere to get diapers and formula for their babies.
Prescriptions.
It was too much. Exactly. It was just too much. We were already in a state of devastation before, the unrest happened. And then so afterwards it was just exaggerated to levels that was unbelievable. And so originally when we started the collection drive, we partnered with some organizations such as Greater Englewood Chamber of Commerce, Teamwork Englewood, Think Outside the Block, doing more with Morgan and Latanya and Youth of Englewood, and we just began to collect items. And it was just overwhelming, the amount of items that we were receiving, and that was originally supposed to be 1 week. But the requests kept coming in, and funding and dollars kept coming in. So the fact that we were not only able to extend this community relief program, we were able to hire an Englewood resident to run the program. We were able to bring in young people, provide them with stipends while learning about leadership and organizing, communication, and what's happening in the community and how they can become the future leaders of the community, all through this program. And so we've adapted, and again, I'm so grateful to the Roosevelt Collection because we get to continue. When you talk about relief in a community like Englewood, it can't be 1 week. And now after, completing this 4 weeks, which is supposed to be our extension, we were going to wrap up this Friday, but because of, the Roosevelt Collection having this to helping those in the city that need it, we're pushing to provide these Englewood Strong boxes throughout the summer.
Now, the Englewood Strong boxes, what are inside of those? You said boxes.
So the Englewood, so the Englewood Strong boxes has a lot in them.
Okay.
I know generally we have folks who, just give out the food, which is awesome, but we realize that folks needed different things. And so everything from non-perishable food items, water, bottles of water, household items, laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid. Wow. It has bar soap, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, feminine hygiene. And then in the form that we have people fill out, or when they call us, we ask them if they have a small child. So we give them a pack of diapers, the size that they desire, with wipes, baby formula, as well as baby food.
So lots of essentials that people need, basically, for day-to-day needs. And oh, wow, that's awesome. So I want to ask each of you ladies, with everything going on, and how. So basically, we have two charity things going on Saturday at Roosevelt Collection. So it's going to be a lot going on.
2 different Saturdays.
2 different. Okay, the Saturday one is happening this Saturday, and the other is the 18th.
Correct.
So this Saturday is the food drive, and the 18th is the blood drive. So
correct.
Roosevelt Collection, let me tell you why. You can go take care of your business and help somebody and shop a little bit, because the shopping is still going on. So how many stores are still open, Shannon? I know everything, some things did get damaged, but how many stores are still open?
Yeah, that's a good question. So pretty much the majority of our stores are now reopened. We did go through a really tough time. I mean, everything was pretty much closed the middle of March, and then, we got through to the end of May, and a majority of our tenants got looted. So that was pretty heartbreaking. But, we've really been rebuilding together, and we have about 30 tenants. I would say about 28 of those are open. And then hopefully the movie theater will open early August.
Yay for the movies. That's one of my favorite movie theaters, by the way.
Yeah.
Just FYI. Yes. The best seats. Okay. So I just know I love a good movie theater with great seats. So I love just everything that you all do. Icon has always been a staple. I think you all were on the cutting edge of serving cocktails at the movie when that started.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were one of the first to serve food and drinks.
Yeah, I noticed I said the cocktails first, but no, we're going to move on. No, but ladies, on a serious note, and with everything that's going on, because we're really fighting 2 diseases at this time in the country. We have the pandemic with COVID-19, and we got racism. So I want to know from each of you, and we can start with you, Holly, because I want to hear from you a little bit more too. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. There's a lot going on in this country right now, and it has been a bit overwhelming for a lot of people, myself included. The day that Governor Pritzker announced that we were shutting down the city and the state, we saw nothing but cancellations come across our desks for all the canceled mobile drives. And watching them come in so rapidly was absolutely devastating. Literally to the point of tears.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And the people of Chicago and across the nation stepped up. And they said, well, if you're not holding a mobile drive, we'll go to your donation centers.
Wow.
And that really helped, and that really made us feel good that people were willing to do that, because up until then, we relied on 60% of our blood coming from those mobile drives.
And you weren't getting any of that, right?
And we weren't getting any from mobiles. They just all canceled.
Wow.
So that was really rough. But then I see what's going on now, and I say, yeah, COVID is tough, but we use one of the products, one of our blood products. If somebody's had COVID-19 and they've gotten over it and they're now better, there's a chance that they could be what we call a convalescent plasma donor.
Okay.
They come in, they do a special donation. It's just the plasma part of the blood, so it's not red. And we use that plasma to help currently ill patients with COVID.
Oh, okay. So a convalescent donor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, yeah. And one of the things we're offering right now to all blood donors, all successful blood donations, is that we will test your blood to see if you have COVID-19 antibodies.
Okay.
Which means at some point you had this disease. You may not have even known it. Maybe there were no symptoms. You know, that whole asymptomatic thing that people are talking about?
Right.
So it's possible you have antibodies and you didn't know it. So then you can sit there and say, hey, I could go help some people that are really fighting this disease and come in later, do a plasma donation.
What?
So I consider it very, very hopeful.
And I like that you're, honest about how you felt, because a lot of people, I kind of feel like the Twilight Zone. Like, where are we? Like, what's going on in the world? Like, and coming from communities, and I know, and things that I've seen growing up, and Michelle, you can attest to this, because I want to know, like, just even how you felt. Especially, I really felt some kind of way after May 31st. That kind of really hurt my heart a little bit, because I was in Chatham over the weekend, and it just looked like a war zone still. And it hurts. It hurts to see it that way on top of everything we're going through. So, and I'll ask you, Michelle, how are you feeling?
I have to quote one of probably the greatest organizers in our history, Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. So I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when people ask me really how I'm doing these days, I often say my body is tired, but my mind is free. I think that a lot of what we're seeing can be, directed back to living in a city that's extremely segregated, or living in a country that is not dealing with the race issue that's in our face. And Samantha, I definitely want to add the diseases, COVID-19, racism, but also gun violence.
Gun violence.
Gun violence is definitely affecting our community, and I don't think that it's getting the attention. We are burying children that should be attending after-school programs, children that should be laughing in summer camps. Children should just be living.
That could just be kids. Yes.
They're just being kids.
Well, we talked about it on WVON this week, so I will say that I'm using my platform because we did have one of the people who was offering the reward for Little Sincere's murder, and because it's time out for that, and it's time out.
Yeah, and I think that it's time to realize that we all have to be one community.
Yes.
I think we do rep our own neighborhoods and different things like that, but now all that we're against, we have to be one community. And there's so many different ways for people to support neighborhoods like Englewood that needs help. And that's one, investing in young people, and then also working and seeing how you can support small nonprofits that exist and are doing a lot of the heavy lifting and work on the ground, and could just really benefit from either having volunteers or having in-kind donations. So I'm still in the fight. I'm forever in the fight. I'm born and raised in Englewood.
Yes.
And so I feel good, but I am tired. I'm tired.
I know you are. I know. And I love that we're being transparent as we talk about the event. If you're just tuning in, and I'm going to get the name right, so help me again. We got Holly C's Communications and Marketing Lead, and it's Vitalent, right? Did I say it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, then we also have Shannon Ridgway, the General Manager for Roosevelt Collection Shops, on the line, and also my girl, Michelle Rashad, Executive Director of Imagine Englewood F, on the line with me tonight, talking about two great events happening 2 weekends in a row at Roosevelt Collection. One this weekend from 11 to 2, where you can come out and support Imagine Englewood F with the food drive, and also dry goods drive. And also on the 18th, where a blood drive hosted by Vitalent to assist people at this time, because blood is still in need. Now, Shannon, I cannot even imagine you having to look at your center after everything that went on and coming to see that. And after, again, being in the house under COVID, like, okay, we in the house already. We up Amazon getting all the play, everybody's money going to Amazon. So I'm trying to go to work, and just like, again, and I will ask you the same question, just trying to rebuild with everything. How, and I know people say, well, they got insurance. That's not the point. It's still